Hello ladies and gentlemen, so my name is Jeff and my character role for this particular project is Pablo.
Hello, my name is Michelle Tekoeni. I play the role as young FREDA.
Pablo in this project is a motivator, right? And in this particular project, Pablo has to come, he came through as one guy who came in to support this girl, who has been through a whole lot. Imagine going through abuse from the dad sexually, physically, and the effect on those type of children, right? So I came in to make sure she was okay, to be there for her, make sure she feels comfortable, as usual. Yeah, so that's the brief I can see on this.
Yeah. Hello, lovely people. I go by the name Teresa Aim, and then I play the role FREDA in this movie.
So for the best memory, let me say I had a couple of them, but my favorite part was, I was behind the screen this time, and it involved, FREDA had to stab the dad, with some bottle and, bringing in the blood and a whole lot of things, trying to get it on point. Trust me, it was crazy. I think that is my best experience, because that was my first time actually, getting to see something done like that, and how the technical, aspect, how they were trying to shoot. I've always been on the screen, but this time being behind it, I think I really love that kind of experience.
Okay, so I would say my director is a man of his words. Whatever he says he will do, he will make sure he does it. And there is no way you can come to set without mastering your lines. That one is a no for him. You have to master before coming on set. Moving with him since day one has been the best experience I've ever had. And I really, really love my director, for real.
Hello, family. My name is Karen Oforiwa, and my character name is Karen. I play the role of a counselor and a cousin in the movie.
My best experience on set was when I was asked to stab another character with a knife. Naturally, I'm not an aggressive type, so that scene was so difficult for me. But with the help of my director, I did it, and then I later loved everything I did.
Well, I was a little girl in this movie who was sad always due to the family she was in.
Okay, in one word, I say he's very strict, but very good. Now, in a sense that, this particular project, every word we used was scripted, and he was much more, conversant about we using the specific words he placed in there. There are some, moments when you try to switch words and you get the whole understanding off. So he was very strict on that, and I think that is.
My best memory was being in one of the best hotels and then getting the best food to eat and having the crew and even the director, all of them as a family.
Playing the role FREDA in this movie made me to understand why drug addicts, prostitutes, and then wayward children have become more in this country. Because having a father who was supposed to be your guide, your shield, rather fighting against you, not only physically but emotionally and then psychologically as well. It wasn't easy picking this role, but we did it. And then this same role made me to know that not all victims of domestic violence finds life so difficult or end up killing themselves, but rather others fight to make the best out of themselves.
This is really very educative movie, and it's about domestic violence, and a whole lot of things are going in homes that we don't even know, and it's actually causing huge havoc to both the children, the husband, and I know even that some of the husbands are even abused by their wives. This is a movie that everybody should learn a lesson to bring unity to the society, because everything begins in the house. And if your home, there's no peace in your home, you can't do anything else again.
My worst moment on set was when I was supposed to cry in a scene, because when I cry, it changes my mood.
So about the worst one, there was this particular scene we were supposed to shoot, right? And I had to forget. Trust me, I forgot my dialogue, right? And it was so crazy that it took us like an hour, just a single scene, right? It took like more than an hour for us to get that particular scene correct, just because of a single word. Like, it was crazy, you know. I had to sweat the whole day, but finally we got it. So I think that was actually my worst experience in this particular project. Yeah.
Lovely people, expect nothing but the best, and I mean the best. After watching this movie, you would know if you're a victim of domestic violence, which decision you should take, whether to give up so easily or to fight against it. But remember, he who fights and runs lives to fight another day. So giving up is not the right option.
Margarita Blankson Abraham, very professional, extremely professional when we come to set. I mean, immediately you hear action. I mean, everything has to be in order and in place. And then also outside the acting, or maybe outside the set, he's more like a brother, a family person, always there to listen to you and even give you an advice. And there's more, but this is what I can say. He's good. He's great anyway. He's good.
With this particular project, right, if you are watching me right now, I just want you to know one thing. You know, the educative part of this movie is what I want you to be more interested in. You know, there are many of us out there, you know, who have been through a whole lot of experiences. You know, some have actually found themselves in certain positions because they had to experience certain bad things, you know, whilst they were young and stuff. And this particular movie actually, you know, depicts and brings out the effect of those things and how best we can, you know, regulate such, you know, issues in case we are victims, you know.
My worst memory was me being a counselor, and I couldn't do my best to help my cousin out of this monstrous marriage that he was in. I mean, and eventually she has to end her life. I mean, it was the worst.
Okay, so my worst experience was when Odelia died. That's my mom died. That was the worst experience I had on set, and then I felt very, very sad. That was my worst experience.
As a counselor and as a mother, and then in real life, there's no way I will allow any child of mine or even anyone's child to go through such torture. And my advice to the audience, like to my fellow women, is that I think sometimes we need to be watchful. There are certain red flags that are being shown, during the courtship. But because of love, we actually overlook such things. And later in life, a whole lot of things start coming up, and you think you can't come out of the marriage or you can't come out of the relationship because of your children or because you are so much in love with your husband or with your wife, and because of this you go through all sort of things. But to me personally, I wouldn't want to be in a relationship like this and find my children being abused. No, it was just too much for me.